Everyone keeps asking the same questions right now. Is it a buyer's market or should buyers wait for the rates to drop? Welcome back, guys, to Real Estate Unfiltered. Host Memo with my co-host.
Co-host Chris Caldwell. Welcome back.
All right, so Chris, why don't you start us off?
Well, I think the real question to that is should they wait, but do buyers actually have leverage right now? I mean, if you have leverage in the market, what's the reasoning for waiting?
So I would say, so with buyers, I mean, it's a different situation every time, right?
Yep.
So I think we're kind of in that weird area where buyers can have leverage in certain situations, but sometimes they can't. So for example, so let's go off on the leverage thing right now. So there are houses that have been sitting on the market for months, or they're overpriced, or they just have bad advertising or cell phone photos, something that's not making it stand out to the masses, right? So with that, buyers have that leverage to be able to go in there and negotiate a little bit harder.
Again,
or their agents.
And that's when it comes to people like you and I who know how to strategize and use that leverage to help our buyers. Because because yes, we work with sellers, yes, we work with buyers, and in both cases, we have to give our clients the best deal.
So with the leverage thing is, I mean, and it kind of sucks to say, but you could go in there hard, like, hey, this seller's probably desperate, or this agent that they're working with might not be the most experienced, so we're able to take advantage of that to give our clients the best deal. Because at the end of the day, that's why they hired us, right? Hey, I'm either trying to get the house that I absolutely love. Hey, I'm trying to keep my mortgage at X amount, or I just want to get the best deal, whatever the case might be.
Right. I think a lot of times buyers focus too much on the price of the house when they need to be focused on their monthly payment. Because a big price reduction or a few $1,000s isn't going to change all that much. So that's sometimes how we have to lead our clients and say, hey, we need to be more focused on your monthly payment other than, this drastic price reduction.
So in general, from a buyer's perspective, so we're talking about buyers or it being a buyer's market, right? So would you say it's leaning a little bit more towards a buyer's market, right? So what are you seeing in the market? Like what are the houses that you're seeing? What are the time frames that you're seeing that would make this seem like a buyer's market?
Do you know what's weird? I think it varies per area. There is definitely certain pockets, running down from Corona, Lake Elsinore down to Temecula. Every little pocket has its own little niche and time frame. I just was shown a house down off Green River. It was on the market for 3 days and it sold for $60,000 over list price. So again, it just depends on the area. But then, a lot of houses, they were overpriced. They are sitting on the market. We check the MLS daily. All we do is see arrows pointing down of price reductions. So if we're focusing, if I'm showing buyers, those are the ones I say, hey, if we can focus on these, we're going to be able to negotiate for you and get you a better deal.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And that's kind of what I've been telling the clients is figuring out first what they're looking for. Because if they have specifics, like I absolutely need X, Y, and Z, that's going to be a little bit harder. I mean, you might find those one houses in that specific niche that have what they want that's been sitting to try to negotiate harder for them, get them the best deal possible. And then there's the ones where it's that unicorn house where everyone's been looking for that. And guess what? You're not going to have the leverage at that point.
You have a community that rarely sells, and all of a sudden a single story, like with a pool pops up, that's going to sell very quickly because that's what everyone's been waiting for. So again, you just got to educate your clients, steer them in the right direction, and give them the best advice possible.
So exactly. So I mean, going into that with negotiating strategies, whether it's with that unicorn house or with its house that's that's been sitting on the market, how would a buyer be negotiating wrong, or their agents negotiating wrong for them when it comes to a house that, let's say, has been sitting on the market for quite a while?
That can kind of come down to a few things. I mean, the one of the easiest things is not even a negotiation tactic. It's just more of the agent and communication. I mean, I've had offers just show up where they didn't even call me. They didn't talk to me. I mean, and then you get the offer, it's written wrong. So that's just one part of it. I mean, it's not even the negotiation part yet. It's still at the beginning phase, but you want to make sure that you work with an agent that's communicative to the other side. Do you have offers? What are your clients looking for? they might need to be out of state in 15, 20 days. Do you want a fast escrow? I mean, there's
Yeah,
just other things that you need to ask before you just write up a random offer and shoot it over to them.
exactly. So, and that comes to experience, right, with the
Right.
agent, because you could have a buyer that says, no, I want to offer $50,000 less.
Yeah.
And if the agent doesn't ask the questions like, okay, why? Give me a reason why, just because you want to, or is there a strategic
And there's a
thing
lot
about
of buyers or agents that do that. Their client will tell them this is what I want to do, and they just say yes. They're yes man. But again, I mean, it's like I'm not going to tell my client no, I will not do that. But I advise them. I would advise you not to, and here's what I think you should do. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're the client, but I would try to steer them in the best direction to get them the house and the best deal.
And I feel like we don't even come across those situations because we have those strategic conversations
Right.
with the clients, like even before finding the right house. It's like, okay, where do you want to be payment wise? What are you looking for? And then we could structure it back, because
Right.
a lot of agents I see, they'll always ask, okay, what's your budget?
Yeah.
Meaning asking, hey, what price point do you want? 600,000, 700, whatever the case is. But that's the wrong question.
Yeah.
Because we know how much it varies, especially in our areas, because you have taxes, you have HOA, you have high fire zones.
Yeah.
That right there is going to take you from
change it dramatically.
Yeah, exactly. So it's either, or it's talking about what is your monthly budget, not what your
Exactly.
overall budget is, and what your comfort level is.
Right. And then you can go from there.
Exactly. And that's why I think a lot of agents and buyers don't have those conversations, whether it's with their own agents or their lender. It's just like, hey, let's see if it sticks, just because I want a $50,000 discount. But they don't know
Right.
what that truly means, because if you structure it properly, you might be able to get a better deal with a $20,000 credit at full price versus
Exactly.
a $50,000.
And that's something that buyers, they don't understand that at first. That's something that we have to educate them. Says it does sound weird that you're paying more for the house, but you're getting $10,000-$20,000 back in credit. So then you can use that for a rate buy down. So then that helps your monthly payment, or that's just money in your pocket that you're saving for closing costs that you can use for repairs for the house.
So let's go back to what you were saying too, a little bit ago with the communication from other agents, and then also how the loan's structured, right? So as a buyer's agent, or here, let's take it from the other side, right? So we're mainly listing agents for the most part. We do work with buyers. When you see an agent or an offer come over where the agent never texts or call you, it's just like, boom, and then doesn't even respond.
They don't respond and say, I just sent you an email or an offer. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I mean, how much mail do we get, and then junk mail? I mean, there are times that offers go to our junk mail.
We don't see it, or it goes to spam.
And I try to check my junk in the mornings or whatever, but it's not notifying me like a normal one. So first thing, communication, that's huge. And from a listing agent perspective, that's something that I tell my sellers of why we shouldn't accept this offer, or if there's multiple offers, like I let them know, like, hey, this agent just sucks at communication. They never let me know the offer was coming in. They didn't call, they didn't ask, like they weren't proactive for their client. How's that going to make me feel during the middle of the transaction?
And that kind of piggybacks again off on the lending side. Yes, they said that they sent you a pre-approval letter, but did that lender call you? Did they discuss their clients? Do we know anything about them? I mean, yes, they're qualified, but is it going to be a very difficult transaction? They're approved, but they're kind of barely approved type thing.
Yeah. Or did they just over the phone do the application? Oh, I make $100,000 a year. I think my credit's 720.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, cool. Yeah. Based on that, you're approved.
So that's everything that we have to take in accordance when we do write our offers. We want to include our lenders in that, so they communicate. We want to call the agent, and again, find out what the sellers need. Because every seller's, yes, they want the most money, but a lot of times there's other factors or wants that they need as well. Though we can change contingencies or change our close of escrow dates and things like that.
That might matter. Yeah, might matter more to a seller than the actual price.
Exactly.
So run me through, or I'll run you through right now. So my typical offer from when I'm representing buyer. So even before I put anything in writing, once I know my clients are, hey, gung ho, I like the house, let's work on it. And typically I don't even have the pricing conversation with my own clients, my buyers, until I talk to the agent. Because I want to find out, what do they really want? What's their motivation? What's their timing? And then I'll go back to my buyer and say, hey, this is a conversation I just had with the agent. this is the way I think we should best structure this deal.
Yeah, I kind of just felt him out.
Yeah.
So now we've had that communication. And it just makes your offer stand out more now.
Yeah.
It's like I just had a conversation with Memo. Now I got their offer in hand, and it just makes you more top of the list, in my opinion.
Yeah, and even when I'm talking to those agents, I rarely bring up price at the beginning. I say, hey, what are your sellers looking for? Are they moving out of state? How quick do they need to move? Would a quick escrow be beneficial? Would a longer escrow be beneficial? Do they need time after the fact to move? And now you're breaking down that wall with the other agent, because typically agents will call and say, hey, what's the lowest price they'll take?
What's the price you have, or how many offers do you have? You kind of want to break down that wall and feel like, hey, we're trying to work with you. What do you guys need? And we'll facilitate it and make it happen.
It's supposed to be a win-win,
That's
right?
a hard word to say. Facilitate. Ooh, tongue twister.
So it's supposed to be a win-win. So you ask those questions. Hey, they really need to be in Arizona this day. They have an escrow closing, so I need a 21-day escrow. Cool. Now I know I could structure it. And at that point, now I could play around with the figures, right? Hey, I know they're a little bit more desperate because of timing. So I'm like, hey, we could ask for that credit. We could ask for the lower price because, hey, I'm giving you something. Now you give me something.
Right. And then the same aspect, yes, they might be desperate. Yes, we know that. We can probably leverage and get you a better deal with credit, but there is a fine line there. We can't just, in my opinion, go super low and super credits, because we don't want to make them mad right out the gate. We want to come to an agreement that works best for both parties.
Yeah. And that goes back to the whole strategy thing with your own buyer. It's like, okay, hey, this is what I think we could do. I know you want to be at this price point or monthly payment, so this is how we're going to structure it. And that's when you get the lender involved too, and you want to make sure you're running the proper taxes. You're getting at least a rough estimate on the insurance, because if it's in a high fire zone, it's not going to be $1,200 a year. It's going to be $3,000 a year.
Now, you think we've done this for quite a while? Like, we know if they want to offer, like if 750 is their price point, we can say, well, let's offer 740, 745, knowing that they're going to counter us at that price. So now it kind of feels that both parties win. Our buyer was willing to pay that to begin with. Now the seller's happy because he thought he got us up a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. It's that cat and mouse game, right? Yeah. It has to be a win-win, but doing it strategically is doing it the right way. And then the other strategic thing too, or going back to the communication and buyer stuff, how annoying is it when you get an offer that comes in that's completely sloppy?
Oh yeah, the names aren't on it. There's stuff that's not filled out right. So yeah, those go to the bottom of the pile typically, unless it's obviously your only offer and we got to figure out and work with these people. But again, these are someone that we're going to be talking to on a regular basis for 30 days until they get this closed. And if they're not doing it properly to begin with, how is it going to be? Because there's contingency time frames. Are they going to be removing them? Are they going to be doing things properly? So it's just, there's a lot more to it. So
yeah, and I have a couple stories, and there's one in particular that I remember. It's a pool home in Marietta. It was it was a agent that owned the property that was selling their own house. Never talked to him before, and it was probably right before COVID, or like 2018 or so, when like the market was kind of picking back up. So they had like 6 or 7 offers on there, and we came in aggressive, and we'll talk about kind of strategies in a second, but we came in aggressive, did everything. But I'm super OCD, like everything has to be perfect on my offer. Everything's written out, everything's filled out, like no blank lines, perfectly pretty offer. I send the offer in. We weren't even the highest offer. I think there might have been a cash offer or something like that, but we weren't the best offer. We were kind of right in the middle of the pack. Agent calls me. He's like, hey, just want to let you know, you had the cleanest offer I've ever seen in regards in those terms and like just cleanliness. Yeah. Everything that they asked for. Cause like on the MLS, they say, hey, send me the pre-approval, send me the credit score, the proof of funds, like everything all nice and neat, whatever. Cause how many times do you get an offer where they're missing half the stuff too?
Quite often.
So he calls me, he's like, hey, you've been super communicative.
See, another tongue twister.
Lender called me, like we have all those things in place to give our buyers the best chance of getting a property. And guess what? We got the offer without being the highest one, because it's structuring, even on the very bare minimum, having communication, having your lender communicate, having a cleanly written offer, following instructions.
Step 1, follow instructions.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do we talk about it too, even like for showings?
Showing instructions. It says, here's how to show it. And they're doing the complete opposite. It's like, really?
Yeah. So that is a good way to get an offer accepted just right off the bat. Like, have communication. This goes to buyers and their agents. Like, make sure your agent's communicating, figure it out.
And it's working with the right agents, because I get a lot of offers on my listings that I don't think their agent even tried to negotiate, because I think they're possibly scared. They don't want to miss out on getting this deal, because then again, they might not have sold anything for a while. So I mean, I've had some that have been on the market, sitting like a little while, because we went through the holidays and things just slow down. But I think a lot of times agents, they're afraid to say, hey, well, let's offer this and ask for credits or do this. Here's a full price offer. I'm like, really? All right, let me.
It's like, cool. After 3 months on the market,
like, perfect. Let's go.
Perfect. I did my job. Well, and it goes back to the whole mentality of those agents, or probably those inexperienced agents that are coming through the COVID time, and they never got an offer accepted if they did anything other than that. So they're scared they're going to just get told no, versus even trying to negotiate.
An offer is an offer. It's just a starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's some crazy low ball offer, don't be scared to ask for something, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yeah. And it goes back to what you said too, like, oh, hey, here's $50,000 with no communication, or a $50,000 lower offer with no communication. It's like, yeah, I'm going to pretty much ignore you because no.
And half the time, like, did you even see the house? Or who are you?
Or you have the conversation. So, okay, let's take that whole $50,000 off thing, right? Because I've had those offers.
Yeah.
But if you make that phone call and be like, hey, I'm going to be submitting you an offer at $50,000 lower, and there's two things. It's either going to be my client's only approved up to that much, or hey, he's just a difficult buyer. Right. He wants me to do it. I'm just warning you. I don't want you to. I don't want it to come in your inbox and you're like, "What the hell is this?"
So at least they know it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, just send us a counter. I did try to talk some sense into them, with lack of other words, but that's what they want to do. So at the end of the day, we are working with our clients. We can guide them as far as we want, but if they want to do something, then okay.
But at least opens up a line of communication, and you have that person-to-person touch, versus just offer offer that you get emailed 50,000 lower with no communication. And guess what? I'm not going to pick up the phone. I'm going to email back, sorry, too low for my clients. We're not going to respond. If you guys want to come up, go ahead and do so.
So for the buyers and the buyer's leverage, I mean, obviously we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Where do you see the spring market coming up for buyers? Are they better off saying, you know what, we better jump on this right now? Or again, like we've discussed this in the past as well, but it's like they always wait for the perfect time.
Yeah. So I would say right now it's probably better just to get on the ball. Like, if you know you're going to buy in spring, start doing it right now, because springtime is the time that you start getting that influx of buyers that we're just waiting just to wait, not for any other reason. Like, hey, I want to get over the holidays, tax season, waiting for my taxes to be done.
They want kids out of school. That's when they're moving.
Yeah. So it's no rhyme or reason for them doing it because they want to do it. It's just like, hey, this feels like a good time because of all those things. Yeah. So you're going to get an influx just because of that. And then if the interest rates keep trending the way they are and keep going down slightly, you still have those buyers that are waiting on the fence.
Right.
That are waiting for the rates to go down to even 5.99, 5.75, whatever. It doesn't have to go drastic. As long as they don't see a 6 in front of it anymore, they're like, okay, cool, I'm ready.
It's kind of a mindset thing. As long as that 6 isn't there, it can be 5.95, but that changes the whole thing. Like, okay, that's not as bad.
It's psychological.
Yeah.
So you have all those buyers that are just waiting. So you get that influx. Inventory is not picking up as quickly as it normally does, just because obviously people are sitting in really low interest rates. They're not moving out of state as much as they were during COVID and stuff like that. So you don't have a ton of inventory. And then you're going to get this influx of buyers with either the rates coming down or just in general. Right. And now you have competition.
I did see that in the market, because obviously going through the holidays, our inventory started to creep up considerably. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. But all of a sudden now all the buyers are back out. And it's the last couple of weeks for myself, and I'm sure for you, our listings are getting multiple offers on some, and then they're selling at the blue, the ones that have been sitting there. So I think we are seeing a trend where there's more buyers back out there. So
yeah, it's going to happen. I always have the conversation when we get hey, should we wait till the rates come down? Is it a good time to buy? It's like, if you're ready to buy and you're comfortable at the mortgage payment that you're getting quoted from a lender right now, it's always the best time to buy. Yeah. Because I mean, real estate's a roller coaster. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be quote unquote crashes, which there's not going to be a crash like there has been, but it's kind of up and downs, So if you're ready now, just do it.
I'm sure both of us know people that have been waiting for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, I've had client. I have one of my best friends that
we're just waiting for the perfect time. It's like, if you can get it and afford it now, now's the perfect time.
yeah, exactly. And it gives us that opportunity to get you into something
Yeah.
with that leverage, getting you a good deal on the property, buying down the interest rate, getting credits towards your closing costs. You're not bringing in a ton of money into the property.
So I
So
think, again, at the end of the day, it just comes down to the agent that you hire. I mean, not everybody's the same. I'm not saying that me and you are the best in the industry, but again, it comes down to knowing what you're doing, having a game plan, and being strategic to get the best deal for your client.
yep. So talking about that too, kind of quickly, when we're structuring a deal and going back to the whole, is it better for price or is it better for credit?
Right.
What's the main reasoning? Like, what's that conversation that you have with a buyer, veering them one way or another?
Veering one way or the other. Well, again, if you're obviously, if you want a $10,000 price reduction, that's not going to change your monthly payment hardly at all.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, not being a lender, I don't have those exact figures, but it doesn't change it all that much.
yeah, it's minimal.
In their head, they're thinking I'm saving $10,000, but at the end of the day, you're not.
Yeah.
But you can get the credit, and then there's multiple things that you can do with it that we discuss. Either buy down your rate so it's cheaper, or again, that's $10,000 more dollars in your pocket that you're not paying in closing costs.
Correct.
And then when you move into the house, you're like, hey, I have this extra money. I can paint the house. I can put in flooring. So I think that's just a big benefit for them than price reduction.
Yeah. Again, it's just going back to structuring it properly, because at the end of the day, buyers are looking at their monthly payment, not the price of the house. That really doesn't make a big change in things. Because yeah, that $10,000, it's whatever it is, 60, 70 bucks a month, 100 bucks a month, whatever the rates are at the time. But that 10 grand is actual cash in your pocket. Because if you don't have that 10 grand, that's your extra closing costs on top of your down payment.
Exactly.
Or it could buy down the rate. So you go from 6% to 5.5% for 10 grand. I mean, it's not exactly what it is, but it's around there. But it gives you that opportunity to get the house at a cheaper monthly
payment. Correct.
So the last thing I kind of want to talk about too, and we briefly spoke about it before, going back to like the offer structure, when you're writing up that clean offer, or actually this, we were talking about the leverage, right? If we found houses that were on the market for a long time that we could go in and say, hey, I want a price reduction and I want a little bit of credit, you have a little bit of leverage at that point.
Right.
What if it's a house that's just freshly on the market? It's the unicorn in the property, multiple offers, it's getting a ton of activity. What's your strategy there for your buyer to get the house?
On that aspect, I mean, I think kind of the leverage on that one obviously switches to the seller.
Yep.
I mean, so it's just going to come down to, then again, communication with the listing agent. I mean, some won't tell you what the offers are. Some will. I mean, just kind of sit down with your client and say, okay, look, if you really love this house, they have multiple offers. What are you willing to go to? I mean, are you willing to lose it over $10,000?
But it's not $10,000.
Well, we don't know. I mean, as a figure.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. So I don't use that. I don't say, are you willing to lose it over $10,000?
Right.
I say, are you willing to lose it over 70 bucks a month?
Right. Yeah. You switch it to the payment wise.
Correct.
So again, it's just, but and if you really do love the house, I mean, let's put our best foot forward and do what we can.
Yeah. Because you really don't have that leverage. And it really goes to that other agent too, the listing agent, because you don't know what their experience is. They might just be saying, hey, let's take the highest offer. And we've been through the situation, like I just explained with that one pool home in Marietta that I had. It's not always the best offer that wins.
Exactly.
It's the one that has the best terms.
And that's going to close.
Because you could have $1 million cash offer for a house that's 700 grand, but if it doesn't close,
it's nothing.
It's fake money.
Yeah.
So that goes back to, again, communication.
Exactly.
So when it's my listing and I'm having to deal with agents, that's what I do. It's who communicated the best. Okay. You already have a star next to your name.
What lender are you using? Are they communicating?
And that's the other thing too, with buyers choosing their lender or other agents. I mean, all lenders are good. Like I'm not trying to badmouth anyone, but we come across lenders. It's like, how do you even have your license type of thing?
It's kind of like real estate agents. I mean, everyone can do the job, but some are better than others. Yep. I mean, I think that can be a topic for in future shows. We'll have lenders on here that can go more in depth and maybe explain it much more better than you and I can.
But yeah, so structuring it is so that getting that offer. So it doesn't necessarily have to be price, but we want to put our best foot forward. Whatever you're comfortable with. we have to go the highest off the bat. Don't assume that you're going to get a counter offer, because a lot of times, even if there's multiple offers, they don't have to counter back everyone.
Yeah.
You might be at the bottom of the totem pole and the top two get counters, or not any at all. So you want to have your best foot forward. You want to have that communication with the listing agent and try to get some information. Say, hey, my clients love the house, blah, blah, blah. Like, have that storyline. Try not to ask for credits, because if there's multiple offers,
They're not giving
it's not going to happen. And very clean offer too. Like, you want to cut down your contingencies, because you have 17 days for all contingencies, but hey, 7 days for inspection.
Let's cut down appraisal. Let's cut down. I mean, maybe they're in a situation where they can waive the appraisal. I mean, there's multiple things that they can possibly do.
So it's being strategic and not just saying, okay, hey, here's the highest price or whatever. If you're not breaking down every section of that offer and doing it so it's beneficial to the seller, and also making sure you're going to get the house,
right?
That's the way to set it up, you know. So if you're in the market to buy right now and you want someone that has the strategy, that has the know-how, that has the experience, and also looks at it from a listing agent's perspective, because I think that probably gets your best foot forward, because we know what to expect.
Right.
So we could set you up the best way possible, to whether it's getting that unicorn house that everyone wants, or getting you the best deal for a property, getting you credits, getting you set up so it makes sense for you financially.
And even if you're not ready to buy today, it's good to just give us a call so we can get a game plan set in place. So when you are ready, then we can go forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of people always think like, hey, my credit's bad, or I don't have enough money or whatever, but they're thinking in their own head that they're not able to do it. And I mean, they might not.
They might be correct. Yeah.
They might be correct, but we don't know for sure, because Credit Karma is not always accurate.
Yeah.
So the best game plan is, hey, let's just have a call with my lender. Let's see the financials and say,
and then see what is the best route. There's not just a cookie cutter loan program. So see what fits you best for you and your family.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.